First news. What an intense clash it was between the All Blacks and the Springboks at Ellis Park. The game was full of drama, and today we're diving into two moments that have everyone talking. Moments that might have just tilted the balance in one of rugby's fiercest rivalries. First off, let's talk about that yellow card to Afalil Fassi. Right in the heat of the action, Fassi was penalized for what looked like an offside tackle on Sam Cane. But was it really the right call? If you're a fan of the All Blacks, write "Go All Blacks" in the comments and subscribe to the channel. Now, the tackle was made just as Cane was looking to get the ball moving again after a tough hit. Fassi had just nailed a tackle on Ethan Blackadder, got back on his feet, and went straight for Cane's arms, trying to knock the ball loose. But the referee, Andrew Brace, decided Fassi was offside, calling it cynical play. Was it harsh? Many think so, especially since the decision came after a quick review, and even the experts are divided on this one. Then there's the opening try by Cody Taylor. Man, what a controversial one. After Fassi's yellow card, the All Blacks didn't waste time. They kicked to the corner, set up a line-out, and powered over the line. But hold on, did you catch what happened in the mall? The All Blacks used a sneaky tactic called double banking, where the lifters blocked the opposition from getting to the jumper. In this case, Tyrell Lomax seemed to block the box from having a fair shot at stopping the maul, which some argue should have been called for obstruction. Yet, the try stood, and it left the Springboks fuming. It's the kind of call that has fans and pundits alike debating whether it was fair or not. Now, if you're not already subscribed, hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you never miss a breakdown of all the rugby action. We've got more discussions like this, and you won't want to miss out on what's coming next. Second news. Now, Wilson is saying what we're all thinking. How did that try stand? On the show The Breakdown, he, along with Miliena and Angus Taveo, broke down the footage. Wilson even pulled out a World Rugby flowchart to explain why the try should have been disallowed. He went step by step through the flowchart, pointing out that Mbanambi clearly lost control of the ball, which should have resulted in a knock-on rather than a try. Miliena and Taveo agreed, and they all seemed pretty frustrated that the TMO didn't even take a second look at the incident. Wilson didn't hold back, saying that he expects World Rugby to explain this decision publicly. He wants to know why the TMO, who had been active throughout the game, didn't intervene in this crucial moment. Miliena backed him up, adding that it's concerning the TMO didn't check the footage, leaving everyone wondering why it wasn't reviewed. They're both calling for clarity on how such a controversial call was made without any further scrutiny. Third news. Tough loss, right? The All Blacks are not sugarcoating anything after their defeat against the Springboks at Ellis Park. The final quarter has been a sore spot, and they know it. Jason Ryan, the All Blacks forward coach, and flanker Ethan Blackadder have been pretty open about how the team failed to defend their 10-point lead in those crucial last 15 minutes. If you're a fan of the All Blacks, write "Go All Blacks" in the comments and subscribe to the channel. With a 17-27 lead going into the final stretch, things were looking good until Ofa Tungafasi's yellow card gave the Springboks the edge they needed. Suddenly, the Springboks pounced, with Quagga Smith and Grant Williams both scoring to snatch the victory. Ouch, right? It's hard not to think about how the All Blacks of the past, especially the 2011 to 2015 era, were known for closing out games strong. But lately, especially this year, the team has struggled to maintain that killer instinct in the final 20 minutes. Jason Ryan isn't shying away from these issues. He admits that a mix of selection, tactics, and the inexperience of some of the newer players, following the retirement of several big names after the 2023 Rugby World Cup, are all factors. But here's the thing, they're addressing it head-on. No sugarcoating, no excuses. Ryan mentioned that they've had some very honest conversations about what went wrong and how they can fix it. That's the kind of accountability we love to see. Ryan also hinted at some changes for the next match against the Springboks. They're walking a fine line between keeping consistency in their lineup and being brave enough to give new guys a chance to feel the heat of this intense rivalry. Every test match is different, and this one is no exception. The collisions, the physicality, it was all at a high level. But the silver lining? The All Blacks showed they can still play some great rugby, and Ryan is confident they're making progress where it counts. Ethan Blackadder, on his part, acknowledged that the team let the Springboks back into the game through a mix of errors and lapses in discipline. They started strong, but couldn't maintain that momentum, letting the Springboks dictate the second half. The focus now is on being squeaky clean, not giving the Springboks any opportunities to get back into the match. Despite the loss, there's some positivity to take away. The All Blacks scored 4 tries against one of the best defenses in the world. Ryan sees this as a confidence booster going into the rematch. Scoring those 5-pointers wasn't easy, and the team worked hard on their game plan. It's clear that they're determined to bounce back and show what they're truly capable of. Before we wrap up, if you're as excited as I am to see the All Blacks turn this around, make sure to subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications. That way, you won't miss any updates or behind-the-scenes content. We're in for an epic rematch, and you'll want to be here for every moment of it. Now, I want to hear from you. What do you think about the All Blacks' recent performance? Do you think they'll bounce back in the next match? Drop your thoughts in the comments. The All Blacks aren't sugarcoating their failure against the Springboks, and they're pretty confident they can fix it. Following their tough loss at Ellis Park, the team has been having some serious conversations about what went wrong, especially in the final quarter of the game. If you are a fan of the All Blacks, write "Go All Blacks" in the comments and subscribe to the channel. Jason Ryan, the All Blacks forward coach, didn't hold back in admitting that the team struggled to defend their 10-point lead in the last 15 minutes. The All Blacks were up 17-27, but a yellow card for Ofa Tuungafesi gave the Springboks the opening they needed, and they made the most of it, scoring 2 late tries to steal the win. It's no secret that the 2011-2015 All Blacks were known for finishing strong, but this year has been a different story. Scott Robertson's squad hasn't managed to score in the final 20 minutes of their last 3 rugby championship matches. Ryan pointed out that the issues might be a mix of selection, tactics, and the inexperience of some of the newer players who have stepped up after several veterans retired following the 2023 Rugby World Cup. But here's the good news. The team isn't ignoring these problems. They've had some tough conversations and are committed to improving. Ryan said, "We didn't finish that game as well as we could have. It was talked about in our review, and we have some younger men starting their test careers as well. We're not sugarcoating it. We're acknowledging it and working on it." Flanker Ethan Blackadder echoed Ryan's sentiments, saying that the team needs to be squeaky clean to prevent the opposition from getting back into the game, as the Springboks did. He admitted that errors and discipline issues let the Springboks back into the match, a mistake the team doesn't intend to repeat. Looking ahead, Ryan hinted that there might be some changes to the lineup for the next clash against the Springboks. It's all about finding the right balance between consistency and giving newer players the chance to experience the intensity of Test rugby. The All Blacks showed glimpses of their potential, and Ryan is confident they're making progress. One bright spot from the Ellis Park match was that the All Blacks managed to score 4 tries against the formidable Springbok defense. This earned them 2 bonus points, and Ryan believes this is a positive sign for the rematch at DHL Stadium. "We see them as the best in the world, and scoring that many tries gives us a bit of confidence. The boys worked pretty hard at that plan last week," Ryan said. "We took a lot of positive thoughts from that and encouragement." Before we wrap this up, make sure you hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you never miss out on the latest All Blacks updates. We're bringing you all the action, straight from the field, and you won't want to miss a single moment. Now, we'd love to hear from you. What do you think about the All Blacks' performance against the Springboks? Are you confident they can bounce back in the next match? Share your thoughts in the comments below.